Hello. It wouldn't be Good Morning Source Gaming if something didn't go fucking horribly wrong
Always
the very
does.
last second.
Always does.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, "Oh, my mic's muted." So I turned it on and I guess it just like turned off my my main playback audio thing
Hmm.
and just fucked it up. So I had to
Oh
turn
dear.
it off and turn it back on and that fixed it.
Alright.
Very cool, very fun. You'll love to see it. Also, Phantom has not woken up yet. That's
Yeah,
also
Phantom's somewhere, nowhere to be seen.
yeah. He should really he said I'll set alarms. I'm gonna say not
Set
enough.
more.
Yeah, set more. Set like 16 for every minute.
You see, you need to do what I do whenever I have something important to do in the morning, which is obsessively wake up every hour until it's time to be awake.
I do that except it's like 20-minute intervals.
Ooh.
Except it's like within the hour I need to be awake. So it works out just fine. Also, good morning everybody. Welcome to
Yeah.
another splendiferous Good Morning Source Gaming.
Morning every gamer out there.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. It's been turbulent. It's been really turbulent since the last one of these.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. As the title implies, the Game Awards happened.
The
Wait,
Game
why is
Awards
it
sure
what?
did happen.
Why is it saying Nan is going live with good? Oh, because he's tied to the
Oh, there we go.
because he's logged into the YouTube account through Discord, so it says that he's streaming it, but
Yes.
he's not really streaming it. That's silly. Um,
But yeah,
God,
the Super Keeleys happened.
yeah. Uh, God, what a
Uh,
mess that was. What an
it was.
absolute fucking mess that was.
I feel like it gets more boring every year.
Yeah, it really does get worse. Like I think there was one tweet I saw the other day that was like, why does everyone keep watching them and say they're bad if they know going in like it's bad and they get exactly what they figure they're gonna get? And the answer is because Party is like, man, like maybe they'll do better this time. Oh yeah, we got a bingo.
Yeah, we
We
got
had a
two
we had a we had
bingos.
a bingo and we had two bingos. Oh my god, we did.
We had two bingos.
We did. Wow.
You may
Yeah.
say the odds were stacked against like the Game Awards because I put a square on there that's literally me doing something. But in my defense, I'm really lazy, so it could have not happened.
To be fair, we got most of this chart anyway.
Yeah.
Here it
Um,
is.
a friend ran the numbers, and so the stream for the Game Awards was 3 hours and 40 minutes long.
Yeah, it was too
Um,
fucking long.
only 37 minutes of that were the awards. The orchestra took up 18 minutes, and then the rest was 2 hours and 45 minutes of game trailers. I
People
will
always forget that
put the
like
link in the chat, but Jesus fuck.
people always say like, like not say, but they forget that like the Oscars and the Grammys are like 2 hours long.
Yeah, the thing is,
They don't have hype announcements. Yeah,
this show was 50 minutes long at most of original material, and then fucking the rest of it was ads.
yeah, really. and then on top of that, they have their own commercial breaks, which is also
Yeah,
ridiculous because
more
it's an
ads,
online thing. Yeah.
more ads. I missed the fucking chick Hydrobot. That was funny. It was funnier than just more fucking ads.
Yeah, I maybe we should really stop giving Jeff the attention. But I think at this point, it's too big of a monster to be stopped. It's just, man.
Award show for the awards.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like this is strategically geared to be E3 too, and not an award show. Like they might as well just, you know, not make it an award show. I think it would be better for literally everyone to cut out the award segment and either put it as its own show or I mean like so Bryhard did a video last year that I helped out with after the Game Awards last year. And we're like, why not just stretch this out? Like why not make this like a multi-day thing? Like why try to like jam pack as much as you possibly can into 3 hours? It doesn't, like, they have a pre-show and it's not even a pre-show, it's just the show longer. Like what's even the point of having the pre-show? It does, like, nothing's different. It still shows trailers, it still has ads, and they just get whatever random awards they want to get out of the way.
Yeah. Like, we literally put on the card awards brushed aside for world premiere. And sure as shit, it did happen.
Yeah, why is like games for impact and best audio design in the pre-show?
Yeah.
Hell, most of the awards aren't even presented. It's just like, all right, best mobile game, best VR game, best sim game. Like they just like rapid fire do it halfway through the show.
Yeah. They don't even like go off each individual entry and like maybe even say why they're there.
They can't
I
even
was
bother
fucking
to
I was
name the
yeah,
nominees. Yeah.
I was shocked when they did the like accessibility award and they actually showed the features in this fucking sizzle reel. Like, what is that the best you could do? It's
Yeah,
like
really.
it's better than what they did before with that award, but why?
Oh man. I'm still mad that last year they didn't even give a segment to the best indie game. They didn't really do it here either. They just sort of
Yeah,
like,
they announced it. They let the people for Kenna come up on stage, and then the award was done. Goodbye.
yeah, it's I don't know. But that's why this year, to give everyone a little taste of what's to come on our YouTube channel, we're gonna have our own gamer awards with blackjack and hookers. I guess we'll talk about that a little bit before
We
we
usually do. I think we had one.
this is just a big ploy to talk about how much better our own show is.
Did we have one last year? Maybe not.
We had a video last year.
I don't remember.
Uh but yeah, this year we decided to redo our own redo our own little end of year choice awards thing, and you'll be hearing more about it soon. But to give the long and short of it, we've redone like all the categories. They're much more interesting, much more like dynamic, unique, important categories to, like, you know, video games as a whole. And we got like 20 or so people, including patrons, to nominate games. Uh, and yeah, you should be seeing a voting form for that very soon. Nan's not here because he's actually setting it up, but it should be interesting. It should be fun. I put the form together last night, and we had a lot of good times with it. But yeah, back to this shit. Oh man.
Just checking. You can't hear every click I make, can you?
No, no, I cannot.
Okay, very good. I'm working on my finals while we're doing this live stream.
Oh my god, get that A plus,
Yeah,
Billy.
I'm trying.
All right, let's get this.
Don't worry, Dad.
Let's get this bingo sheet off the off the screen. Um,
Oh, It Takes Two winning was very good. It's just like it doesn't matter because it's the fucking Game Awards.
something's kind of off with me about that game winning. And don't get me wrong, because I fucking love Joseph Fares, and I mean I've yet to play It Takes Two, and I really want to play It Takes Two. I've heard nothing but good about It Takes Two. Um, but I don't know. I feel like after you sit through like a bunch of these things, and then you're watching this new 3 hour long one, and you're just like, this guy won because of the meme, right? Like
Oh no.
it's wholly possible that like all the people on the Game Awards board would be like, wouldn't it be funny if he went up and said "fuck the Oscars" again?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be epic chungus? Like,
Oh
not to
no.
say that did happen, but the socio-political climate of the Game Awards over the last few weeks makes me think that I mean, if they're going to be performative about other things, and I guess we'll talk about that in a second, then like why wouldn't the winners of the awards be just as like shallow and performative as well?
Oh dear.
I know that's a big claim. I know that's a really bold claim. However, Jeff Keighley still can't say that Activision Blizzard is in deep shit. For whatever fucking reason,
And then
not
immediately
he will
show.
just
Oh,
not like admit it. He will not
yeah.
say it at
And then
all.
he immediately shows a game announced by Quantic fucking Dream.
Yeah, it's that's kind of the other issue with the Game Awards is there's like it's not even it just doesn't feel like it's being put together by real people, just marketing teams.
Yeah.
Game Awards are mostly decided by game journalists, IRC, but they're all like friends with each other, and they're all just like they have chats about this. There's actually like podcasts that talk about the like the deciding process. I believe Jeff Grubb is on one of them. And yeah, it's just like they all get in like a big call, and they're like, "All right, what wins?" Which makes sense, but
I'm so fucking enamored with the idea that they put Cyberpunk there so that they could make it win, and then realized mid like developing the show we can't do that.
yeah, man, I don't know. Is this really the best gaming has to offer? I
No,
see.
but
I
it's
see.
the best we're getting.
Yeah, it's like whenever I see people shit on the Oscars, and don't get me wrong, the Oscars have problems. The Oscars have many, 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 many,
Yeah,
many
the
problems.
the
But I don't
Oscars
know, like,
suck, but the Oscars don't have to like prop themselves up on 2 hours and 45 minutes of game announcements.
yeah, they don't have to have trailers for the new Marvel movie to get their kicks. I guess that's really it. The Oscars are just like, well, the Game Awards are just like if the Oscars was run by like Marvel podcasts. it's just it's just by people who are like, holy shit, did you see the new No Way Home trailer?
Yeah.
God. I mean, and that's the other thing too. It's like once you since the award show segment of the show is so like put aside. It's like it's not even it doesn't even have a presence in the show really. All you can really talk about is the announcements, which there's too fucking many of. I think that's a bigger issue than people make it out to be. I think there is such a thing as too much, because that was the big issue with E3 this year, is that everyone had a show, and everyone's show was like 90 minutes long, and everyone's show was 90 minutes long back to back on the same day. Like, wasn't
Yeah.
there like one day where it was like Microsoft, and then it was some like the PC gaming show, and then it was Square Enix, and then it was Gearbox, and then it was like the Future Game show, and then it was Devolver. Like, it was just back to back to back to back to back, and it's just so fucking tiring. And it's even worse when it's in like a single 3.5 hour block.
Uh huh. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh, we were definitely almost 100% going insane by the end of that show.
Yeah, we were really fucking jaded by the end of it, because it's just
Yeah.
like how much really, like, I'm sure the best way to watch the Game Awards is to just have it on in the background, because there's no fucking way someone was like, someone's going to sit through all of this and enjoy it. Yeah, like Odd Doodle said, at least, if you don't give a shit about something, you can skip it. But this is just a single block that's like way too fucking long.
Yeah.
And by that point, like, the actual like amazement of the announcements. First off, like, I mean, that's already a super subjective thing, because there's going to be some people who are like, the best announcement was the Sonic movie, and I very much so disagree. I don't really give a shit about the Sonic movie. Um and it's just like, but after a while, just it just all turns to fucking mush. It's because you're just like, "Oh my god, that Space Marine 2 reveal was like 6 hours ago," or whatever.
Yeah.
Any kind of joy for anything you might have seen early on in the show is completely just utterly obliterated when you're near the end, and he's like, I have the pleasure to show you the K-pop MMO or whatever, and you're like, oh my fucking god.
Can't wait.
I don't know, man. we
Can't
we
wait.
we really, we all should cyberbullying is not the word, but it does perfectly describe what we need to do to Jeff Keighley.
You see, we give feedback every year that the show sucks and it never changes.
Yeah, it really does. It really doesn't. Oh, Slitherhead. That game looks good. I keep forgetting what games were shown off because it was too fucking long. And so, like, there's another half a show I have to be like, oh yeah, remember when they showed off Cuphead? Remember when Sting showed up? Remember the Imagine Dragons segment? Remember when they showed off a no gameplay teaser for Wonder Woman? And we were supposed to stand there and clap? It's like, I don't, like...
That Wonder Woman trailer. I I fucking wish that, like, I wish game events would just stop showing like CG model, video game title. Whoa!
Logo, year.
When they announced they revealed one game and they said before it that it was a cinematic trailer. Uh,
They're all
I,
cinematic
yeah,
trailers.
the only one they specified, and that was the one that I was like, okay, I'm glad they did this. I can look away now, look away for a little bit.
The only
Go
game
away.
that had like a gameplay demo was Hellblade 2, which in of itself is a cinematic game.
Yeah.
And people thought that that was just another trailer anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, you know, not to get on this bug again, but I really do feel like his handling of the Activision Blizzard shit really says more than enough you need to like know about Jeff Keighley. Because that initial statement he told, I guess, Kotaku, uh is awful. It's just like, it's plain and simple bad. What did he say? He was like, we don't want to focus on the negatives, just like reveals or whatever. Oh, no, we don't want to take sides, just like have reveals.
Oi. I do not remember that. That's bad.
It's very bad. Let me oh my god, Kotaku's website's so fucking awful now. What happened? what what ha- what happened to this? Let's see if I can. Yeah, holy shit, this website's awful. Yeah, let me read this exact quote. Uh, we want to support employees and developers. Keeley added he supported people coming forward with their stories, but also didn't want to diminish developers' opportunities to spotlight their games. We have to think very carefully about how to proceed here, he said in the interview, despite being one of the prominent figures in the video game industry. Uh, yeah, I don't. And then, oh, Kotaku reached out and asked for like clarification, and he just like didn't. He didn't fucking reply. But it's like so weird too, because he was like, oh well, there actually is no Activision Blizzard games at this show, and it's like, then why fucking say anything? What does uh don't didn't want to diminish developers' opportunities to spotlight their games? How does addressing Activision Blizzard affect that?
Yeah.
Like that
That's a
doesn't make any
bad
sense.
statement.
And then, of course, he did like an AMA on Reddit, and he was like, obviously, what's happening is terrible, but like, how do you guys think we should address it? Which, like, many people were like, oh, maybe we were too quick to judge, but I don't know. When you give such a shitty marketing quote that means nothing, and then even at the show he didn't even really, I mean, like, his full statement isn't even about specifically the harassment of developers. It was just harassment in general. It was like an online harassment hotline.
Uh
Like, I don't know, man, are you really that fucking afraid of not getting the next big like Poggers Warzone reveal by just like going out on stage and being like, "Hey, maybe don't do that shit."
oh yeah.
Just some fuck. You know.
Some fuck.
It's just some fuck. It's and then right after he shows a Quantic Dreams game.
Yep. I think that one is the one that rubs me the most wrong. It's like, ah, yes, we are
Yeah,
aware
there's
of.
like there's
I am
no
aware
optics
of
there.
the abuse in the games industry. Uh, here's a David Cage game.
They gave that man the Star Wars license.
They did, and that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with Jeff Geely, but they gave David Cage the Star Wars license.
Also, Spazzy isn't here, so I really don't feel like shitting on The Last of Us again. However, I will say that it is also pretty fucky to just like invite Neil Druckmann on to present Game of the Year, uh, when, there's like mountains of articles and credible information about the workplace environment at Naughty Dog being kind of dog shit.
Yeah.
It's like it really just comes off like he doesn't give a shit. I mean, like, granted, he probably doesn't, because there was a fucking Amazon ad every 2 seconds during the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Amazon. That was another thing. Ah, yes. We really care about abuse in the workplace. Pissing in water bottles, though, perfectly fine.
And then yesterday, or the day before, you had that fucking warehouse hit by the tornado. Very cool,
Oh
Jeff.
god.
Very cool.
Oi.
Yeah. But anyway, to step aside all that, to get out of this fucking hole of jadedness, because we hate video games, you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah, just
definitely do.
we just fucking hate video games. I don't get the Last of Us 2 thing. What happened? It just, like, crunch, like, and making developers look at gore to
Real
properly
gore.
replicate it in games.
That's the important thing. It was real.
Yeah, it's just like it's just shitty work ethic. But anyway, to get out of this jadedness hole, just a question: what were all of your personal favorite game of the year? I think I know Matt's.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
You
think
want
I
to say
think
it?
I think you're gonna say Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
I wish. It didn't come out this year.
Oh,
That's a
well,
collection of games that released.
I mean,
My favorite game from this year is No More
is
Heroes
No More
3.
Heroes 3, yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was my second choice. I just figured you would have given the edge to Chronicles because we really only just got it in the West.
So like I like No More Heroes 3 more than Great Ace Attorney 1, but less than Great Ace Attorney 2.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Great Ace
Yeah.
Attorney 2 is hard to beat.
Yeah.
That is some king shit Ace Attorney. Sucks that Phoenix hates weed though. Fucked up.
No, it's not Phoenix. Don't worry. It's just Ryunosuke.
it's just the entire country of Japan. Um. Oh wait, yeah, Phoenix is based because he lives in L.A. That's right. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
we're
he lives
take
in L.A.
yeah we're taking it back. We're making the localization canon. My favorite games of the year, Resident Evil 8 Village. I really liked Village. Um, fucking Deathloop. I know everyone has it out for that game because there was trailers at every fucking PlayStation experience, but the
Yeah, that's a one where it's like, yes, I've not played it. I hate this game.
yeah, like there were so many people in our Discord that were like, "Oh, I'm so glad Deathloop isn't winning," and it's like, why? Like the game reviewed well. People like it. There's
I
nothing
get
wrong
if
with
you
it.
didn't like it, but most people cannot make that call.
Yeah, it's only on PC or PS5. Oh yeah, I love the sheer irony of using the game featuring Sherlock goddamn Holmes in an anti-drugs campaign.
Yeah. I liked Metroid Dread. I liked SMT5. I wish I liked both of those games more than I do,
It's
but
gonna be
they
really
were quite
funny.
nice.
It's gonna be really funny when our game awards come out and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Colin nominated those games," but it's also like, no, no, like multiple people did.
Which ones?
Just like stuff like the Quake remaster by Night Dive, because
Oh,
I really enjoyed that. That's how you put an old game on a new console. That is how to do it. You just like you make the engine better, and then you add a bunch of shit you can toggle off if you want, and then it's $10.
Um,
why does every game have to be remade when you could just do this shit?
in terms of like collections, I really enjoyed the Great Attorney Chronicles and
Yeah.
the Silver Case 2425. I fucking wish that collection, the port quality was better than it was, because Silver Case crashes in portable mode for some reason. It's a PS1 game ported to Unity, and it crashes in portable mode.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know why, but those are two of the most interesting games I've ever played, and that collection, getting them both together, is really good. I recommend it if you're okay with playing two full like adventure games. One of them is more of a visual novel than an adventure game, but both of them are there are games. They're not just reading dialogue. Um, if you're okay with playing that type of game, two of them to completion on a TV. Which, I mean, the first one was a PS1 game, so it's made for that. But the second one was a mobile phone game remade for modern consoles.
God. Remasters. I don't know what happened here this year. There was only like one bad remaster, and that's that GTA thing.
the
Sonic Colors wasn't even like that bad, and then they just fixed it anyway.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad at launch, but it was limited to select instances, and there was a really specific way to trigger the problems with it.
Yeah, because weren't most people just
Um,
playing like day zero builds on like an emulator?
uh, that's a few of the problems, but there were plenty of people with legitimate copies that were breaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine now. It's completely fine. I mean, I would say this year generally was pretty good for remasters, considering like Quake and Fatal Frame, and like most remasters that came out this year were pretty good. Um,
Would you consider Great Ace Attorney Chronicles a remaster, even though the only thing they really changed is the UI?
not really. It's more so like an enhanced port, because I don't think
Yeah.
they. I know. I've seen some people say like, "Oh my god, this game looks so much better than the 3DS version," but like, it's the same assets. Like, they didn't really like remaster them. They're just using like the mobile phone clarity, I guess. It's just not running
Yeah.
at 240p is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That is Metopia a remaster? It probably goes in the
Yeah.
same, yeah, in
That's
the
a
same boat.
remaster.
Yeah.
That's a remaster. They overhauled the lighting and completely. Models were overhauled. It looks very different from the 3DS version.
Yeah. Let's
I put
see.
it in the same boat as like whatever you consider Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask 3D to be, it's that.
Yeah.
And
Also,
I know
like,
there's some people who are like debating whether that's a remaster or a port, so
I mean,
or remaster or remake, I mean.
yeah. I mean, at some point, like, you know, I don't mind these remaster collections because it's getting to the point where we're getting a lot of games that that either just haven't been readily available on a console in a long time, or they're games that have just like were exclusive to one thing or were maybe exclusive to one country for 30 fucking years. Famicom Detective Club. And it's like it's kind of weird because it does kind of make me go like, is Famicom Detective Club my game of the year? Because yeah, it's an old game, but like I've literally never like within legal means, like there was no way for me to play it in English, and also like the game is basically like completely redone from scratch, like
That's a
in an
remake.
yeah, like it is a remake, but it's like the question isn't is it a remake or not. It's more so like, can I count it as a new game? And it's like probably not, but like also at the same time, it's like
Um
it's like it's so uniquely new
Mhm.
in so many of its elements.
I would say that a remake can count for the year that it releases, but I'm not one for like counting ports.
Yeah.
We have a dedicated category for that.
I mean, when people say Heart Gold and Soul Silver are like their favorite Pokemon games, they're not also
Yeah, they're
lumping
referring to
in.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver,
Yeah, they're
not
not just
Gold and
lumping in
Silver.
also the Game Boy games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think you could make that case with like Famicom Detective Club or even like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl in that regard, even though those games are much closer to their DS original. Yeah, man, video games.
Gotta pull up my calculator. Hold on. Sorry, I'm still doing my final.
I mean, one
Um,
thing I was having fun with this year was I don't think I talked about these much on Good Morning Source Gaming at all. But I got the Crisis remasters on Switch, and it's like it's very strange to like rediscover a game from like 10 years ago and be like, man, like this is like some pretty peak video gaming. Cuz 10 years ago like is not that long ago. But it's also strange to see how much games have come since then, but also like how in many ways you're like I guess to like specify, I was playing Crisis 3 remastered, and I don't know if you've ever seen Crisis 3 in your life, Matt.
I have seen Crisis 3. I've not played it, but I've seen it plenty
So
of times.
Crisis 3 on like the Xbox 360 and the PS3 just ran bad. Just fucking awful. Like it's like they shouldn't have been ported. Um but uh that game was always really good looking and ran fine on PC, and now with this new edition, they're just like they didn't really do too much to like the texture work. I think the most they really did was maybe change some weapon models and like add a new lighting system. But I'll post the video in here, and I mean that's a 360 game that I would argue looks about as good, if not better, than most games that come out of like the AAA like space these days. And I don't mean that in like a super like jaded like every game looks the same or games now look bad or something, but it's just like the combination of like the already like impressive technical work mixed with a really good art direction. Like game looked good. And they got this running on the Switch like at a completely stable frame rate. Like shit like that is wacky to me. But yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
Sorry. I am trying to figure out how to use Autodesk Maya again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Bad program. Bad program. Industry standard. Industry standard. Um,
Just
what
skip
were
to
we on
like
again?
I was talking about how Crisis 3 remastered, even though it's like it's basically just a 360 game with a new lighting engine, looks as good if not better than like most AAA games that come out,
Oh yeah.
because it just has like already impressive technical detail and just like really good art direction on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's like Sonic Unleashed, where they finally updated that to run it like
60,
enhanced
yeah.
on Xbox Series X, and oh my god, this is better than most games these days.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that message before it got retracted. What do I think of the cloud versions of games? They suck. I don't like them. They're like a weird monkey's paw, but I think like regardless of like, well, they this is the only way this game can be played on the Switch. I think regardless, it's just like a bad idea because they're so I don't know. They seem like a bigger like waste of money than buying a game digitally, like significantly, because you don't have any access to those files or anything. Like they can just disable like just completely like null and void your purchase at like any time. And they feel like something that's not really gonna stick around long either. Because like, what's the odds when Nintendo makes the Switch 2 or something? Like, they won't just like port half of those games over because it'll be significantly easier.
Oh god, broke something else.
Oh, don't do that, man. Where the hell is Phantom? What the fuck?
Yeah, where the fuck is Phantom?
Man. Let's see. The Switch is a limited lifespan. I mean, like it's almost 5 years old. Like it's already gone the average, probably longer than the average life of a console. It's only like this past generation that we're like, yeah, start making them 7 years.
Yeah.
Like by this point, Nintendo was already talking about the Switch within the context of the Wii U's life. Colin when Cloud Strife shows up at his door asking for his thoughts on cloud games. Only the ones with dresses in them.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, cloud games are going to definitely be delisted. Absolutely. They also cost way too much to maintain. I don't really see them keeping the servers up for like a Plague Tale Innocence cloud version for Nintendo Switch. Bizarre. Oh man. What else happened recently? Oh yeah, I got a new TV. I
You
guess
got a new TV?
yeah, my I oh my god, I had this fucking cool week where I got sick and then the very next day after being sick, my TV died.
Oh dear.
So I was like, well, it's time to get a new one. And I was like, well, I'll get the nicest one I possibly get. So I don't have to have this issue. Um and so I got like a big LG C1, which is a OLED 4K 120 hertz. It has all the G Sync and FreeSync memes. It's a very very dummy. Yeah, Dingy. I was talking about this TV so much that Dingy bought one as well, and it's really good. And I think that kind of lays into what I was talking about with Crisis 3, where I like we have definitely hit a point of diminishing returns. I think with a lot of just like in-game graphics, and I think we really are just getting to the point where everything else is getting better, not just the hardware. Like screens are getting better, like audio tech is getting better, controllers are getting better, and I feel like all of these things are significantly more meaningful than like if the game have the sharpest pixels. It's so weird how I had basically like the same experience twice this year where I got the Switch OLED in October and I was like, yeah, screen better. And then I got an OLED TV at the end of November and I'm like, oh yeah, screen better. Like it's like it's on one hand it's kind of a waste of money, but on the other hand it's like, damn, no, this is better. This do be better.
Yeah, OLED screens are a lot cleaner. There's less noise on them.
They're brighter.
This
That's
is
nice.
true.
Yeah. Uh man.
Oh my god, I don't remember how I did this.
Yeah, Audoodle just mentioned in chat, like, I've been obsessed with Tetris Effect on the OLED. Yeah, it is really funny how certain games just look just absolutely stunning when you put them on a bigger screen, like noticeably better. Like, not that Tetris Effect isn't a good game if you're not playing on the best screen available, but it's like a whole new experience when you do. Helps that Tetris Effect is fun as hell. Yeah, it's a great game. It's a great version of Tetris, and I've played it in the past week both on the Switch OLED and just on my TV on my Xbox, just for like full resolution and all that guff.
Okay, I sent a question to google.com including the word fucking in it. Animate the fucking camera. And I just kept getting people angry about Maya not working.
Oh my god.
Uh, I mean, I'm angry, but it doesn't help me.
Such a sad state of affairs. Such a sadness.
God. What else is there to talk about from the past, like, month?
Have you? What is this? The oh my god, what's this in reference to? Oh yeah, for oh my god, for Tetris Effect. Yeah, it looks so fucking good. They basically there's this effect, there's like this skin you can get for Tetris Effect that basically just like turns the game into like fully rasterized like ASCII text to replicate like an old computer monitor. It's really good. It's I like how Tetris 99 on Switch also has like a bunch of different skins, so you can have like the Game Boy scheme and everything. I love when games do that shit. I wish they did it more. I always liked how in Puyo Puyo Tetris you could switch out the Puyo Puyo models with the well, the sprites with like the old like Master System pixely sprites. That's cool as hell. I like when games do that. It's
Oh
so weird.
man.
I feel like a lot of devs forget that like you can have old graphics and like people will find it endearing.
Yeah.
I mean
Like,
I'm
people think the 8-bit sections in Mario Odyssey are really cute.
yeah, like the GTA remaster kind of proves that logic of like, yeah, I mean the game looks better from like a technical presentation. um I mean the game also just looks ugly, but just like the lighting's impressive. But it's like people like how those old GTA games look. They have like a real distinct
Oh
style
yeah.
to them. Yeah, shit like that's cool. I like that the Quake remaster. You could turn off animation interpolation. because the original game didn't have it. So they like added it to the new remaster, but you can turn it off in case you're like, Quake looks too smooth. Like I need all my animations to be choppy intentionally. They did that with like everything with like dynamic lighting. They did that with like some newer models. Like you can just like have all that shit turned off if you want. You can just have the complete vanilla Quake experience. Yeah, I don't. That's it. It's why like I'm getting kind of sick of every good game getting remade and not just getting ports of the original iterations. Because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I love shit like the Resident Evil remakes, but they're also like not the same game in any way, shape, or form. Matt, you played RE3 Make, right?
Yeah, why?
I actually really only like sat down and started like sinking my teeth into it recently because of the new TV. That game looks stunning, by the way.
It does.
That game looks fucking. I don't know if this is a hot take. I think it looks better than Village.
It does actually.
It's like
From what I've seen, the style is a lot better. I think the hyper real style works a lot better for this kind of game than it does for something like Village, which is first person. I'm not
yeah.
sure. I'm not sure if I'm for hyper real with first person perspective because when you're looking at things from a third person perspective, it's much easier to not notice how fucking weird characters' faces look.
Everything. Yeah.
But when you're like right up to a character's face and they've got like you can see every pore and their face isn't moving exactly like you expect a human face to move. There's something off.
I think 3 remake looks better than 2 as well, which is funny because
Oh,
there's a
for
there's a ton
sure.
of like reused assets. I guess like
Um
the M2 team is just really fucking talented at making like environmental assets and
yeah,
lighting, especially lighting. The lighting in RE3 make is phenomenal.
RE3 remake looks a hell of a lot better than RE2 remake. It's weird. RE2 remake came out same time as Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
It looks significantly worse than Devil May Cry 5 and I'm not sure why. Oh, sorry, that's my
Oh
chair.
my. Did your chair just pop?
Now my chair does this like every fucking day. I swear. I can't stop it. It's got a mind of its own.
Hang on, I gotta post this. Did you see that screen cap of RE3 make that I
You
posted
put it in
to
Patreon?
Twitter? Yeah, I put it in Patreon, but I also put it in on Twitter. Here, I'll post
Yeah,
it here.
I saw it. It does look very nice.
And that's just like my phone pointed at the TV.
Yeah.
Like which by the way, that's the other kind of big thing about this TV that I kind of want to talk about is like HDR, because holy shit, HDR is really fucking impressive. But yeah, here's that exact. I put it on screen for the stream. This is literally just me pointing my iPhone camera at the TV because I don't think you can like I don't think any like random normal screen grab can like properly I guess like display the insane contrast that HDR actually can pull off on like a
Yeah.
proper screen. Because it's like the contrast between like the shadowy areas and like the neon lights is just so drastic that like not only like is the in-game lighting giving that neon sign a bit of glow, but also like in person, because it's the brightest parts of the TV screen, it's like you get a little bit of glow too, and it just looks really fucking good in motion and in person. And oh man, I've been sold. I want all this. I want all this HDR garbage on everything. That's that's my biggest hope from the whole Switch OLED dock thing. I don't really give a shit if it can do 4K or not. I just want them to implement HDR in games because like, oh man, if you think Nintendo games already look fucking good, like wait until they have insane contrast.
Yeah.
Because that really comes in handy when you're trying to convey depth in a video game. It's good shit.
HDR is a huge boon to any game that has it.
Yeah, I told myself I probably wouldn't be on the lookout for any next gen console until I got this new TV, and yeah, now I'm definitely wanting to get like at least a Series X or something because that has like auto HDR, which means now you can force like original Xbox games to be in HDR. And that shit
Yeah,
would be really cool. I'm pretty sure Minecraft is already in HDR
I think
4K on the
so.
One X.
I uh I use Reshade a lot. So I use a plugin called Fake HDR. And it's super nice for just about any game.
Yeah. I remember when they added like when Valve added their kind of like version of faux HDR or at least like very old HDR in Half-Life 2 and it just makes that game look better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played the Orange Box on this new TV and it was fucking so good. Half-Life 2 still looks fucking great. They can do there is nothing they can do to that game to make it look better. It just looks fucking good regardless. Like 20 years almost 20 years later. Oh my god, Half-Life 2 will be 20 years old in like 3 years.
Oh
Holy
dear.
shit. Oh god, and like Half-Life 1 will be 30. Oh, that's fucking weird. Or well, it'd be like 25, 27 or something.
Oh hell, everything broke again.
Oh no.
Hey, industry standard.
Industry standard. That's how I felt when I was using Avid in college. Cuz like Avid's like this is the big boy nonlinear editing program, which means everything is more complicated to do. And you're like, "Wow, fuck this." TF2 is on Orange Box, right? Hell yeah, it is. The best version of TF2, vanilla.
Whoa. Is that are the servers for that still up?
Yep. You can actually host them. It has like its own kind of built-in public server
Interesting.
system. Yeah. You can just host a TF2 Xbox lobby. Sucks. Ah, man. What the fuck else happened? I don't want to
Um,
keep talking about this TV for like 20 years.
I I finished Shin Megami Tensei 5.
What'd you think of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Nocturne? Nocturne?
I I thought it was good. I have problems with it,
Oh.
which I hate. I hate that I have problems with it because I've been looking forward to this game for so long. I read in an interview uh, the producer saying, "So there was this game I really liked called Breath of the Wild, and I wanted to recapture the feeling of moving around in that game world." And I immediately knew That's why I have so many problems with the world design.
Oh my fucking god. Of course.
I was like, I couldn't figure out why is the game designed like this? Where are all the dungeons? And then it clicks. Oh, that's why. That's why.
Damn,
All right
the
then.
Switch is just one big fucking monkey's paw.
I
Just
can't
like.
escape from this. I cannot escape from this. I fucking hate it here.
That's so funny. It's so good.
I've been trolled.
Yeah. Um, Dingy said I tried Stadia on the TV. It works really well, even pairs with the controller. Oh yeah, that was the other thing about the Game Awards that was really funny. They had all these Google Play ads, but no mentions of Stadia. They're trying to push their app store, their mobile phone app store. That's really fucking funny.
God, but yeah. I
Oh,
liked
and
a
now
lot
we're getting
about
Breath
it.
of the Sonic.
Oh yeah, Breath of the Sonic. I can't wait for that. I liked a lot about it. The game started getting going. I'm like, oh shit, the game's finally gonna start. And then a few hours later, the credits rolled. Uh, yeah,
Good lord.
this game took 4 years to make. Okay.
What is the length of like the average like SMT5 playthrough? Is it on like how long to beat yet?
Is it?
Let's find out. Playing how long to beat overview main story 46 and a half hours. Main and extras is 62 and a half. Completionist is 96 and a half hours.
It's about right. I don't remember my playthrough numbers, but I can just open my Switch and look.
I don't know. The Apple App Store has that Samurai Jack game on Apple Arcade. I think the App Store wins out in this scenario.
Yo, the Samurai Jack Ninja Gaiden game?
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
Yeah, dude. It also comes with
Shin Megami
Splitter
Tensei
Critters Plus.
5. Played for 75 hours. Okay.
Yo, bro, Crayola Create and Play Plus. Now this is the Battle Pass.
I have to also mention,
Yeah.
um so I was going for the true neutral ending.
Yeah.
There's specific requirements for the true neutral ending. You have to do every side quest in the game, which normal. That's normal. That's like SMT4 did that. SMT3 has a similar requirement for a certain ending. That's fine. You have to beat the super boss, which is not normal because you have to do that before the final bosses of the game. So you're fighting this level 96 boss. You beat him. Toughest thing in the game. You go to fight the final bosses afterwards, and they're like level 80, level 90, and you're just like, oh, this is a fucking joke. Which is extremely stupid because the final boss of the true neutral route is locked behind beating the super boss. Because if you do not beat the super boss before you get to your route choice and you try to go for neutral, you don't fight that final boss. The game ends without any sense of finality or conclusiveness, and it sucks. If you're curious, yes, that did happen to me. I was very upset and disappointed.
Meanwhile, I just picked this fucking game up
Yeah.
because the GameStops had that sale where they had the Steelbook edition for like $35.
Oh yeah. I do think it's a good game. I would recommend playing SMT 3 and 4 before
Well,
it.
I'm looking forward to it because it's a sequel to my favorite Shin Megami Tensei game, Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE. Oh, and Breath of the Wild.
It's a
And
sequel to the UI of Tokyo
yeah.
Mirage Sessions. Um, I think it's it's good. I just wish people weren't playing this as their first Shin Megami Tensei game, because then they're going to think all of the games in the series are like this. And if they don't like certain things about this game, like that there's not enough story or that it's rushed and uh, doesn't have enough story, uh, that's not normal. Um, that is not normal. This game has an abnormally low amount of story for the Shin Megami Tensei series. There is not another game in this series with as little story as this one. Yeah, the people complaining about the story were right.
Damn.
Yeah,
Sag.
it's very sad.
Is that a? Hang on, I gotta look at our form. What was I gotta see? Did we nominate? No, we didn't. Okay.
We nominate what?
was SMT5 under best narrative? Wouldn't that be really funny if that happened? But if no,
No, I wouldn't have done
it's
that.
well. Remember, it's multiple people doing this. It's not a.
Well, I think only two people have been playing the game, so
It's not across the whole staff.
yeah.
Remember, it's beyond that.
Oh god. Oh, if somebody in like
The real world, yeah.
the real world's nominated SMT for best narrative, I'm gonna have to like find that person and ask them why do you think this? I'd like to talk to you about this.
Who did this?
Yeah, I don't want it to be Persona. I just want it to have as much story as Shin Megami Tensei 3 for the PlayStation 2 in 2002.
Yeah, good lord. No one wants SMT to be Persona. That they can keep that. Persona can keep Persona.
Yeah. Oh my god. I I submitted a document to our review chat last night, and I don't know if anybody's opened that channel since then. But the first thing you see when you open it is that it is a Google Doc called Shin Megami Tensei 5 Critique. And then you see my next message, which is, I don't feel good about doing this. Oh,
Oh,
I recommend playing 3 and 4 before 5, or 3 or 4. I know there are people who are like, I don't want to pull out my 3DS. I don't want to play my 3DS anymore. It's like, shut the fuck up.
yeah, just do it. Trademark.
Yeah. If you're really that kind of person, you care that much. Um, 3 is on the Switch. It plays better in handheld mode than it does on the TV, which is hilarious. I do think I do think it's a good remaster. The voice acting is really good. It's very good.
I
Um,
I don't think a mobile game would be representative of the
the mobile game
series.
is more like Persona than Shin Megami Tensei. I'm I'm serious on that one.
Lord.
If you do like the battle system of Shin Megami Tensei 5, there's much more where that is to be had with 3 and 4. I just want you to know that since it's your first SMT game, uh the other ones are not like this. I don't think it's a game that you should avoid. I'm just sad that it's going to be people's first SMT game. Really.
Damn,
Oh,
if Phantom was here, we could talk about Halo, but I guess
yeah,
uh I haven't played Halo since it like released. Um and that sucks cuz I really would like to. Uh
yeah,
but like goddamn, I wasn't really feeling it cuz that little like quote unquote beta that they released of the multiplayer like before the game went live was really rough. just on like a technical level. So
Yeah.
I hope the PC version better now, but I'll probably just end up playing it on my Xbox.
Um. Final thought about Shin Megami Tensei 5 is that it's worth getting. But I do think a lot of the praise for it is overblown, and I know I have a distinct feeling about where that praise comes from, because there were people calling the game a masterpiece when the reviews dropped, and I know who those people are. They are Shin Megami Tensei fans, and they were expecting Persona fans to be dipshits. And you know what? They were right, but it's still irresponsible. So now that I don't have to be a part of that, I'm gonna just be giving my honest thoughts on the game once I get around to finally biting the bullet and making that video. It's going to be out before the end of the year. My stupid 52-minute Ninja Gaiden video came out. I recommend watching that if you haven't already. That video took 6 months to make. I'm really proud of it, and I want more people to watch it because I think it's a good video, even if you haven't played the Ninja Gaiden games. But yeah, SMT video is coming soon enough, and I literally start the video by saying I'm a Shin Megami Tensei fan, just in case there's like the stray Shin Megami Tensei fan in our audience who doesn't know that I'm the guy. Like they see this video called SMT5 critique, um and they open it up expecting the person to be like a Persona fan, and they start the video saying, yeah, I'm a Shin Megami Tensei fan, I like the older Persona games better. They're just like, oh, I know this kind of person now.
Oh my god, speaking of Shin Megami Tensei Persona, Ultimax is coming to everything that's not an
Yeah.
Xbox.
uh Twitter user Ultima in shambles.
Zippo strikes again. That's all we really got on that one. That's really it. I'm excited to pick it up again. I don't think I ever actually like bought Ultimax. I just like I had the friend who would bring it over, and it'd be like,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually owned a copy of it. So this ought to be cool.
Yeah, I've played Arena. I never owned it myself, so maybe I will give it a look. I'm not big on the P4 cast, unfortunately, though,
Yeah.
so maybe not. Um, I'm interested in the new thing that Zippo has been talking about, which is Persona 3 Portable Remaster.
Oh yeah, that'd be just put all the PSP games on the all the portable ones, all of them, all of them.
I'm interested in this in particular because it'll finally end the debate on which version of Persona 3 is better. Um, and it turns out Atlas does think that Portable is better. Shut the fuck.
I mean, I've only like very like rarely heard FES is better.
It's the Persona 3 fans who care that much.
I think there's a definite like divide between Persona fans before 5 was released and after 5 was released.
Oh, for sure.
Oh man.
Uh, yeah, I see it like from a lot of Persona communities. Oh yes, Persona 4 is the best one, and it's like, no, please stop.
That's the first one you played.
It's the first one you played. Yeah. Usually.
My first Persona game was 4 and I wasn't I wasn't crazy about. I mean, like, it's a good game. I just like it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Mainly because
My
it takes
first.
so fucking long to start.
Hmm.
Holy
My
shit!
first Persona game was Persona 1. Uh, and I like all six of them, so fuck off. Yeah. Um, I did not actually mean to tell Persona fans to fuck off. I just instinctively did that.
If you're a Persona fan and you're listening to this, do not fuck off.
Don't.
Click the links down below.
Oh no.
Uh, oh man, yeah. I really hope like they just they kill this meme of like, haha, like 3 through 5 is the only Persona games, but also just like Atlas really does need to like reach into their back catalog and start re-releasing games. It's like just get the fucking Sega to force you to do it, like with Catherine, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Like they already did port Persona 1 to PC when it first came out.
yeah.
Uh, just remaster that. And specifically that version because it doesn't have the PSP soundtrack.
I'm
Oh my
pretty
god.
sure. I'm pretty sure. PPSSPP can be like licensed.
Yeah, but the thing about that is I don't want the PSP soundtrack.
Oh God. Well, maybe they can do like some Lua scripting and hack it and add
So
extra features and all that jazz.
uh the the PSP soundtrack has 60 less songs than the regular soundtrack. They're fucked.
Yeah, the price of Nocturne HD is not great, but
It
like
went down in
it's
price
better
like
now. Yeah,
immediately.
it's like $20 now.
I wish I waited 1 week cuz it immediately went down.
Hey, you know what's fun? I paid for PPSSPP. I have the gold version,
Ooh.
which means I get features slightly. I mean, like he barely updates it anymore, but like because it's just so good anyway. Um, but yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, go play the PSP ones. If you don't have a PSP, just emulate it. Who gives a shit?
Look for the original soundtrack mod for Persona 1. It's as close as you're going to get.
Yeah,
The PSP soundtrack's really bad.
Sage.
They did delete 60 songs. It now reuses songs for different instances. Every battle theme is just a lone prayer, which sucks so much because there is an amazing battle theme that plays every time you're in a battle where somebody first awakens their persona. And that's just gone. It's just a lone prayer now. Um, like there's so much atmosphere and intent gone from the soundtrack because they wanted to make a soundtrack that sounds like Persona 3. Um, like it removes so much of the unique identity of P1.
Yeah. Oh God! Speaking of PSP games, oh God, oh Lord, oh God! It's that rumor of them putting PS1 through 3 and maybe even PSP games on some sort of new subscription based thing similar to NSO.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awful. That's awful. That's terrible. That's no good. And even worse, I'm pretty sure it'll just be an extension of PlayStation Now. So it'll be all streaming too. God, that is awful. That is like pee pee poo poo. it really sucks to have what's its fuck to have like Sony have a console that can more than assuredly do like the Xbox backwards compatibility program. Except they could probably get away with having like a PlayStation emulator in the console that just like tries its best to play back whatever disc you put in. Um, and they just won't. They're not gonna do that with the PS5. It makes no fucking sense to me.
Oh god. I You've ignited me talking about Persona, and I'm
And now you're
almost
just
like
on a tangent.
I'm on a fucking huge
You're
tangent.
just having a conniption.
I am having a moment. Uh the best one is Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. I don't make the rules. I make the rules, but they're my rules, so they're better.
Lord. That's rough. That's rough. Persona's rough. This is what Persona does to a man.
This is what Persona does to people. We become uh insane.
Good Lord. Good
You're gonna
God.
shove me in a locker? I'd like to see you try.
But yeah, I mean, before this gets into another bitch fest about the same six topics over and over again, man, I just I just want. I was playing Max Payne 1 and 2 on the Xbox One X. Not even like the Series X. I don't have that. It's just the One X, and it's in 4K and it's 60 FPS stable.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. I wouldn't want them to do anything else to Max Payne 1 and 2 like the way they have it on Xbox. But it also just sucks I can't just have that on every platform. It's only it's only the one that kind of enables them to re-release games quick and easy, as opposed to like them putting in the work to doing that across like all platforms. Because I'd love to play Max Payne 1 and 2 on the Switch. And I've heard that game doesn't like I've heard those games don't really run too good on like modern AMD processors. So I don't even know if Max Payne 1 and 2 will like work on the Steam Deck. At least not without like a ton of like compatibility like fixes. But yeah, game good. Just just like please port your games forward. Come on.
Yeah. I wish more systems had the backwards compatibility of like Xbox,
Yeah.
because just being able to put a game in and it like having a chance of still being playable is really nice.
It's so
Like
weird
you
too
could put
because
a game in from 20 years ago and it may still work.
yeah. It's really annoying too because on the PS3, like they just had full PS1 backwards compatibility through emulation, and then just like same thing with the PS2 on certain models. Um, Even though the system still has a PS2 emulator, they just like disabled that functionality for whatever reason. Um, but it's goddamn like it's annoying that now the PS4 just didn't have any. You could buy some PS2 games, but that was it. And then like the PS5, they're just gonna go, you know what? No, we're not even gonna bother reaching into the back catalog. At least not in like a meaningful way. That will just allow me to put the fucking disc in the console and it works. Should you get a PS3? I don't know. I wouldn't. Which really hurts to say because the PS3 has some bangers on it, but like every version of the PS3 is bad, and they're
Yeah,
all like dying now.
even the original model with the backwards compat like is the most likely to just die.
Yeah, it they also have the red ring issue, except that like it plays the long con. Like it cooks itself over time instead of like flash.
Yeah.
Uh can the PS5 even run CDs? It can't play music CDs. That's just like a limitation of the software. Like a Blu-ray player is still more than capable of reading a CD. Does anyone still think of the 360 and PS3 when someone says last gen consoles? I do because I don't think we're in the next gen yet. It only just started. And like the PS4 and Xbox One are still more than relevant. I think I got it was an emulation. The older model straight up had PS2 components to do backward compatibility. That was only on like the launch models. The later ones used a separate SoC to emulate it. There is like software emulation PS2 models. And it's weird because it's the same emulator they use on PS2 classics on the PS3. So I guess maybe that needed like extra RAM or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Then later there was the emulation for PS2 class. Yeah. Um but yeah, I don't know. It's I don't it doesn't really feel like it's the next gen yet when every game is like cross gen and also doesn't really look any better on the newer systems either.
Yeah.
With the exceptions of like games that were really badly optimized to begin with, like Control or like Battlefield 2042.
Like Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah, like Sonic Unleashed.
It's nice having stuff in 4K now, but like it's not gonna really make a difference if the games still have the same visual fidelity as the last gen.
Yeah, that's why it kind of goes back to what I was saying, where I feel like everything else is getting better and not really the consoles. Because even like a lot of the new stuff that these consoles can do, like 120 hertz, that's all because just like the HDMI format is better now with HDMI 2.1. Like, there's nothing really stopping the last gen systems from having that if they had the same HDMI standard.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's weird.
And and like I think modern audiences still don't understand 4K.
No, they don't. I mean,
Uh
like it's very weird because we're at a point where I think the big issue is just simply that like to take advantage of like true HDR, of like Dolby Vision, of high refresh rates, like you need an expensive TV. There's probably like a lot of people out there that are still playing the PS5 on like a 1080p TV or like a cheaper 4K display. And that's not me like trying to like poor shame anyone, I guess, for having those, because I get it. Like the TV I was really content with using was like a cheaper LG panel that just had good input times. Um, but it's like, yeah, you're missing out on so much of what those consoles like could offer, and then it sucks because if you get the TV and you don't have the consoles, you just have like the One X. You're like, well, this is pretty limited in all of those like cool extra features, even though there's nothing really like power wise that's holding back this thing doing it. It just like can't. It's not. the cable isn't fast enough. Yeah, it really really sucks. Or I mean, it's not that it sucks. It's just it's like weird that that graphics are just so good that it's like they have to look for things external to the TV to really like get longevity out of these things.
Yeah.
And then it sucks when it's just like it's not, there's no way to just like continue that kind of experience. Like I think it sucks the DualSense isn't backwards compatible. I really wish I could use it on a PS4.
All right. Maya's not working. I'm just closing it. Hey, everybody, you've got my full attention again.
Hell yeah. We're back on track, gamers.
Oh god. I know my family was like, "Do should we get a 4K TV?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, our cable doesn't support that, so don't bother." Like, we have a bunch of HDMI cables in our house. All of them will not like uh work for 4K. And also our cable network only gives us 1080p anyway. So,
I don't even think
uh
there's any network TV that's in 4K or even
yeah.
1080p. I think it's all. I think I'm pretty sure it's all still 1080 interlaced.
Oh, yeah, no, it's probably still interlaced. That would explain a bit.
Yeah.
Cuz I always like the rare occasion when I go to watch TV, I'm like, this looks like shit.
Yeah, that's why it's all like bit crushed and there's like screen tearing sometimes.
Yeah. I should go over to Phantom Z2's house and wake him up.
I mean, there is a difference between 1080p and 4K. It's just that like you have to get like a TV that actually does it, and
Yeah.
like consumer TVs are always generally going to like cheapen out on certain aspects.
Yeah, my uncle had like 4K and had like, Blu-rays and stuff. Uh I could see the difference. Um it's just also I don't feel like the price ratio is like worth it at this point.
Yeah, well, nowadays like every TV is a 4K TV. So like even your budget TVs are still like 4K. Unless you're really going for like $100.
Yeah, I
But
don't
like
buy TVs that are more than $100, so
yeah. But I don't know. It's like there's so much really cool new tech, and like I'm sure it'll come to cheaper TVs anyway, like over time. Um, but goddamn, we're in that transitional period still, where you're trying to like you want more content to take advantage of everything. And
yeah.
yeah, it's just it's still pretty slow, and I feel like these game systems aren't really helping with that. Because it's really fucking neat that TVs have variable refresh rates now, but it's also like, well, because of the HDMI 2.0 standard, it means nothing. I'm only getting it on like games that are running at 40 FPS and not like 75.
Yeah. Um
the transitional period. I feel like we've been here since 2016. To be fair, this kind of happened with Blu-ray and HD too. It wasn't really immediate. It took like we didn't really get a ton of Blu-ray releases until like much later.
Yeah, it took a big industry push for that to take off.
We're
And
kind of
even
getting
then,
that with UHD now because even though there's all these companies that are like that there's all these like rumors like Disney's gonna stop making Blu-rays, like they still do. They still
yeah,
do new like 4K UHDs of like new movies and such.
even when I was like still buying DVDs, in like 2 years ago even, it would always be a bundle, Blu-ray plus DVD.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think we ever really switched over fully.
And now it's like 4K plus Blu-ray. It's just like they dissolve the DVD from the equation.
Yeah, like let me look. This movie I bought 2 years ago, John Wick 2.
Hell yeah.
It's Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital. Yeah,
Actually, the biggest thing I'm kind of miffed with right now is that even though every Xbox supports Dolby Vision for apps and games, not for Blu-rays, which makes no sense to me. You'd think like the Blu-ray functionality would be like as top tier as you can get since you're using a game console. But I guess not, and that's really
yeah.
annoying.
There's a problem with that.
Dolby Vision is actually really fucking cool. It's basically like the way HDR works is that like they have the extra contrast values in like the video information.
Yeah,
Um Dolby Vision also includes color information. So your screen is basically auto calibrating with every single frame it gets.
interesting.
And it works for both movies and games. And in practice, it looks really fucking great. You want a Blu-ray of 1917? That movie's good. Wasn't my favorite of that year, but it was still pretty high up. I mean, it got like nominated for every Oscar ever. So
Yeah, it's got to be something right.
you see how I can do that? I can be like, yeah, it got nominated for every Oscar, but like if I were to say like, oh yeah, Resident Evil 8 got a bunch of nominations at the Game Awards, like everyone would be like, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
It's weird how that works.
yeah. The actual legitimate like gaming award stuff just
It
happens
just means
at like
nothing.
industry events that aren't televised or streamed. They just happen, and then you're like, oh yeah, Golden Joystick Award. Wow, great. I don't know what this means.
um but yeah, I got those new Criterion Blu-rays as soon as I got this TV, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not even getting the full extent out of them. Sad. It's okay though. They fucked up that Kane DVD anyway.
Oh yeah, that cover is awful.
Oh no. They there's an issue with the actual
Hmm?
movie.
Hmm?
I guess during the pressing process, they just something must have glitched out or something, and it like HDR just gets disabled like halfway through.
Ah, how do you
Um,
fuck up Citizen?
I I'm sure it has to be like a processing error. I don't think it was like a human error. I think it was just like
Hmm.
something with how the disc is pressed because it just like squatches, like it just smushes like all the colors. It makes it look like HDR was turned off even though HDR is still on.
Hmm.
So it just looks really washed out and bad. All
Oh, that's
awards,
right.
all
Games
awards.
can win BAFTA awards.
Yeah,
That's right. That's like a legitimate thing.
the
But
BAFTAs are
nobody
cool.
cares because the Game Awards are the big thing.
I
You
fuck,
play Genshin?
I fuck with
That's
the Oscars. They're most of the time pretty good.
I do play Genshin Impact.
Malicious intent to ruin Citizen Kane. The Kane from Citizen Kane. Funny how people hyper focused on Nintendo not being a TGA, but Sony and Microsoft proper weren't there either. Because people
Yeah,
keep like conflating what these like companies actually bring to these fucking shows.
yeah,
Like,
like
I don't understand
oh
why
my
people are
god.
like, oh, they had 2 Smash reveals there. That must mean they have to reveal Mario 3 this year. It's like that's not how
Yeah,
that works.
like oh my god. The nuclear take is that the TGAs weren't good because Nintendo wasn't there, and it's like no, they're just not good. God, I
Yeah, Microsoft showed Hellblade, but
I
that's
have.
like a game that was already announced, and that's
Mhm.
like that's whatever. Like, and I don't even mean that in a bad way. I just mean like it's there. It's something they chose to do. It's not. None of these companies are obligated. I think is the better way to put it.
Hellblade is technically first party, but it's on everything still. So,
Yeah.
um, I have the YouTube stream going, and I have YouTube like auto subtitles on. So when I was saying my shit about the nuclear take, I just saw the word "the" 6 times, and I'm like, do I really speak like that?
You were contemplating the words in your brain.
I
That's just
do.
yeah.
I do that.
Do be do be like that. Yeah, 2019 when they had No More Heroes and Bravely Default. Yeah, like which even then like that's not really like Nintendo.
Yeah, that's not
That's the companies
Nintendo.
that make those games.
Which was also like the pre-show that year too.
Yeah.
Pre-show is always better than the actual show. Just tune in for the first 30 minutes and then fuck off. Like you'll probably get a better experience. It was better this year too, right? I feel like it
I don't
was.
know. They showed off that Texas Chainsaw game and I was like, "Oh, sick. Friday the 13th's getting a sequel."
Was the Gunslinger game also in the pre-show?
Hard West. No, no, is that Hard?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Is it? I don't think it's called Hard West. No, it is Hard West. Yeah, yeah, it was there.
Yeah, the pre-show is always better, guys.
That's where they put all the cool announcements.
I'm still not over the heartfelt speech about abuse in the workplace, and then less than 10 minutes later, Quantic Dream.
Fucking Quantic Dream Star Wars prequel movie
Oh my
game.
god. The
Same
games
difference.
industry is as fucked as ever.
I don't agree with people saying Nintendo skipping the awards was disastrous. Why what why are Nintendo fans this fucking dense? Like it's $1 billion company. They can do whatever they want and they get clout. They don't like
Yeah, no, they could just drop the trailer for like Splatoon 25 in
it'd be
the dead
crazy
of
if they
night.
did it'd be crazy if they oh, I don't know, announced a new Paper Mario on Twitter. Could you imagine if they did that?
Man, they'd never do that.
They never do
That'd
that.
be like announcing a new Hyrule Warriors game on
On Twitter.
YouTube.com.
Yeah. It's
God.
yeah, I don't know, like they have the money and clout to do whatever the fuck they want. They really don't need to they don't need to do anything, really. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They have directs. Who cares?
Yeah. They can drop a fucking trailer for their new console on twitter.com, and the YouTube video will reach 17 million views within 2 weeks. They're good.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They also have like
If
every
anything, like not showing up at the Game Awards is indeed like a good call on their marketing department, because who fucking cares? Now everyone's just talking about why Nintendo's not there. They're still in the spotlight. They win.
yeah. And that way, next time they shadow drop a Legends Arceus trailer, people will be like, "Oh my god, yeah, this game does come out in a month."
Oh man. They've proven that they don't need quality with Pokemon to sell 6 million copies in 2 weeks. So, they're good. They can just release it and it'll do gangbusters.
Wasn't there like some ridiculous thing with Japan and Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for Switch, where
I
just like
wouldn't be
the
surprised.
sales data just skyrocketed for like a week?
I wouldn't be
Let me
surprised.
let me see if I can find the article about this. Yeah. Uh
Yeah, they
he
just showed some cast images for the Mario movie, and they were on top of news cycles for a week.
Okay,
Like
are you ready for this?
Nintendo can do anything they want.
The
Yeah.
the the first week sales of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl in Japan only, was 1.4 million. In 1 week in Japan. Any game selling like even remotely close to 1 million copies in Japan is insane, let alone in its first week and going over it.
I'm wondering if Japan will carry Shin Megami Tensei to the million mark, because the 3 remaster also did exceedingly well there.
Well, apparently every person in Japan owns a Switch
Yeah.
because that market share is like insane. God,
Uh, Nintendo did it. They made Japan a viable market again.
hell yeah.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
my fucking copy of the Skyward Sword soundtrack shipped, and
Ooh.
I'm waiting for that to even like arrive in the United States.
Oh, speaking of like Pokemon and Nintendo and leaks and rumors. Um so Monster Rancher 1 and 2 Deluxe released this week on the eShop.
Yeah.
And I don't know if do you know anything about the Monster Rancher games?
Nope.
So they had a thing where you could like open up they were PS1 games, and you could open up the PS1 drive and swap the disc out with a music CD, and you could like the game would basically scan the CD and like put a new monster in the game, or whatever the fuck the integration is.
Yeah.
So you can't do that on a Switch. That's just like not going to happen. So they put in a bunch of they have like a preset catalog of stuff that is music CDs, PS1 games, Saturn games, and then games from the Switch eShop.
From the Switch eShop.
And one of those games is Untitled Detective Pikachu sequel.
Yeah. All right. I guess Detective Pikachu is finally getting that Switch port next year.
I mean, some people are wondering if that was like manually put in, but with the amount of games that like is like cataloged, it'd be surprising considering that that's like a lot. It's a lot of effort. That shit is nutty.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the reason it's been taking so long is because they decided to basically just like redo it to be more like the movie. Because the movie was a huge success. The game, not at all.
Uh, oh, hey, Elder Scrolls Blades got an update.
Did it? I
You
stopped playing that game
remember that
because,
game? Yeah.
yeah, uh, big microtransaction game. It was
Do
pretty, but then the environments kept being the same.
do we want to talk about the Sonic reveals?
Uh, Idris Elba sounds exactly like I hoped he would as Knuckles. I think that's very funny.
Oh my god, Matt, did you know like the the new fucking like the new Resident Evil movie is like out?
Yeah, I had some friends who saw it day one. They came back and they said, "Oh, it's not good."
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. I have yet to see it, but I also
They
don't want to see it.
they squished RE1 and 2 into a movie, and they should have just done one or the other instead of both, because there's not enough runtime to cover both of them
Yeah.
in the average like Hollywood movie runtime.
You know what? I'll say this about the Sonic 2 movie because like I was having this whole discussion with people the other day because it feels like every other few months like discourse arises on whether or not the like the Doom movies are good, and they're not. Both Doom movies are bad. They're not good. But there's a lot, and it's like the biggest issue with the Doom movies is that Doom is just a guy with a gun running around shooting demons. That's all you need to fucking do for 90 minutes. Even if it doesn't make like a perfect stunning movie, as long as you have the elements that people know from that game and you just like, make a movie out of that, good enough. Like Hardcore Henry is a better Doom game because it's just a guy running
The
around with a
movie,
gun in first person. Yeah.
yeah,
Um but like
doesn't even need to be first person. It just needs to not be what it was.
it just needs to have the elements that people want out of a Doom movie. The biggest problem with the Doom movies is so much of them are spent with just people fucking talking, which is like why
You know what's a better Doom movie?
what
John Wick.
yeah, really. But this extends to like basically every video game movie because recently I watched the new Mortal Kombat movie, and like that movie isn't great, but it's also like hyper violent and has a bunch of 90s techno music in it, and people do the video game moves in real life.
Hmm.
Like what, like outside of lore, what more do you really need out of that?
Yeah.
Uh and I that's actually like the thing that I feel like the I actually like about that Sonic 2 trailer. I like that it has shit from the games. I like that they were just like, let's take a bunch of random bits from Sonic 2 and 3 and just kind of make a movie out of that. That's a lot more interesting than just uh the Neil Patrick Harris Smurfs movie, but replace the Smurfs with Sonic.
I hope Cody in the chat is being ironic because we do have a show where we
Yeah.
talk about movie adaptations of video games.
Yeah, it's just not us. It's Spazzy and the other guy.
Yeah, Spazzy and Wolfman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Video game movies are like really pointless, but they're also like it's so weird how they also just keep getting fucked up in like the most bizarre ways possible.
God,
Nothing
we
will
could
beat nothing will beat the Ace Attorney movie. Nothing will
we
beat that.
we could take over the adaptation fixation. I believe that's what it's called.
Yes, yeah, that's what it's called.
We could take over that series for a single episode and talk about every single Resident Evil movie.
Oh god. Oh god. God. Good
Have to watch
god.
every Resident Evil movie. I think it'd be funny.
Oh. I would not enjoy that in the slightest. I don't like any of those fucking movies.
Like
I
we
mean,
watched them
the
together.
CG ones are wacky, yeah, but like,
We watched them together. And you're going to forget about this, so I'm going to tell you now. We watched them together. I queue up the final movie, which is Resident Evil Vendetta, and we're we're watching through it. We're we're just like shooting the shit, riffing on it, and then you start to hear John Wick music start playing.
Jesus Christ.
I'd fucking go through the trouble of editing all of those movies together just so we get to that and you forget, you lose your mind.
I'd have to write something on my arm right now, like in Memento, and just like don't trust the Levenska. He lies.
I mean, we
God,
could just
those.
do the CG movies. I already have all of those.
Oh my lord. We just need to talk about Ace Attorney.
Yeah, I could just talk about the Ace Attorney
The
movie. I
Ace
think that
Attorney
would be
movie's
funny.
fucking perfect. It
We could
cannot be
also just do
topped.
like a Takashi Miike double feature. Talk about the Yakuza movie
I was gonna
too.
say, did you hear that apparently a rumor is they're gonna try and get Miike to make the new Hollywood one?
Oh my god.
If he pulls that shit, if they actually do that, they actually get Miike to make the
The,
Hollywood Yakuza movie. That's
the,
based as hell. I
oh
have
my god. Like, Miike has never done Hollywood, has he?
13 Assassins. That's really about it.
Uh,
13 Assassins is a movie that exists that is it's made by Takashi Miike. Actually, I don't even know if I'd say it is a it's yeah, it's not really a Hollywood movie. It just got like distributed in like the UK and the US and it got like
yeah.
a bad poster.
I don't know if you're familiar with No More Heroes 3, but there's a running gag throughout the entire game where before every level, Travis and his bro are watching and talking about a Takashi Miike movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they make a really big deal about him not having done Hollywood or making a Hollywood debut at one point. So I'm like, has he done any Hollywood movies?
Yeah, so 13 Assassins, it was like distributed by Toho, but in the US, Magnet Releasing distributed it in theaters and it made 802K in the US and Canada. Uh Jesus fucking Christ. So I don't know, maybe like it just bombed super fucking hard.
Yeah, a lot of his movies tend to go that route, which is unfortunate because a lot of his movies are really, really good.
I fucking love Mike. I need to. I have the. Oh God, what is that? What is that? That series called? I think it's called like the Black Triad trilogy or something,
Hmm.
or the Shinjuku Triad trilogy. I bought that on like Blu-ray a while back. I need to watch it, all three of them. But Dead or Alive is a banger, not based on the video game. Um, God damn. Uh, fucking Happiness of the Katakuris, Audition, Each the Killer.
Black Society trilogy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I think the first movie is called like Shinjuku Triad or something.
Shinjuku Triad Society,
Yeah,
Rainy
yeah.
Dog, Ley Lines.
There it is.
No More Heroes 3 made me so happy too. It was good.
I was having a discussion the other day about like, man, I really wish Kojima would get like Suda 51 money instead of Hideo Kojima money.
Yeah. He'd have to like really have to figure out what is important to include and what's not. I think that's like part of the magic of PT because he didn't have the budget of a full scale release. He only had the budget for a demo. So he had to really get creative with the stuff he was able to do with that limited space.
I would just love something like in the vein of Snatcher, both in terms of like quality and also production.
Hmm.
I think he could still pull off a game like that. It's
I
just
think
that
he
now he
could.
gets he
It's just
gets
he
Hideo
doesn't want
Kojima
to.
money to make beautiful video games.
Gets Hideo Kojima money to make the next Monster Energy Simulator.
I guess that's kind of the that's the thing with the game industry is that if you want to make a video game, you got to get like funding from big companies, as opposed to like getting a bunch of producers on board.
Hmm.
Because that's how like independent filmmakers get away with just doing like big like fuck studios pictures.
I'm not sure if Suda likes getting Suda money, but I do know that he doesn't like being held down by production companies.
He at the very least makes the most of it. That's
Yeah.
the cool thing. His games are just like oozing with style.
Yeah, they've been oozing with style ever since he like debuted in the industry.
Yeah.
Kojima said he'd really like to make an adventure game earlier this year because he really liked 12 minutes.
I
Oh
mean, maybe he just liked
no.
the concepts, like the gameplay concepts of 12 minutes.
I fucking hope so.
It's kind of like a it's kind of like Sakurai, where he just likes every game because he's like it's cool.
Yeah.
Sakurai is to video games like Kojima is to like movies,
He
where he's
seemed
like,
to
oh, it's
really
so cool.
like while we're on that, he seemed to really like No More Heroes 3, which if anybody's played it, it's very funny.
Hell yeah. I think that's a good note to wrap on. We hit our 2 hours. We're all
We did
gaming.
hit our 2 hours. Phantom Z2 still asleep.
Yeah, what the? He's not even online. What the fuck?
We've been like diagonal staff icons for the entire show waiting.
Sad. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go eat spaghetti and eggplant.
If I
Uh,
knew it was just going to be two of us, I wouldn't have tried to multitask. Oh my god.
well, that.
Apologies to anybody who sat through the like 20-minute span where I was not here.
Welcome to the most somber episode of Good Morning Source Gaming.
Do play No More Heroes 3. This is great.
The
I
least
loved it.
lucid episode of Good Morning Source Gaming.
Yeah. The least and most lucid.
As always, links down below. All that good guff. We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to show the Patreon credits.
Right. Do I actually have the? Hang on. Oh, there it is. Oh fuck! I gotta replace it. Hang on. Hang on.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we take all fucking I guess while I download this, we can just keep bullshitting.
Yeah.
Hey, that West Side Story remake? It's got it's got the Baby Driver sex pest in it, but you know what? It's really good.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's got Ansel in it.
Oh no.
It's got Incel Engelbert in it.
Oh no.
But the movie's really good. Spielberg can still make a banger, I guess. Then again, that movie's also been in production for like 3 years.
TSA is really good. TSA is really good.
There it
That's a good
is.
take on Doodle.
Wow,
I
look at that.
agree.
It's the credits. Oh my
Thanks
god.
to everybody on screen for supporting our stuff.
Hell yeah. Gamers.
We do be gaming.
Kevin Spacey. No, Incel Humperdinck.